I'll go live now. So good evening everybody and welcome to the Automobilista 2 Community Cup Prologue event. I am Pronage, I will be your sole commentator for this evening. And I will be doing my absolute best for you all. So we will get involved, and we are currently watching Blankfile representing KCSR. Should have done better at remembering team names, I apologise to everybody. Quite difficult doing all this on your own. Everyone only speaks anagrams. Have it anywhere. No one has ever stated all the teams' names I can see. But I am full. I need my notepad. Up to Rocco for RPM, who's generally quite a fast driver. I've raced with him myself several times in the past. Will undoubtedly be a contester for the first place. Drew Face for Curb Clippers putting in a fast lap in his practice. These cars prone to both understeer and oversteer, making them quite difficult to handle. He's run a little wide there out that corner. Yeah. a little wide out turn one there. Thank the code for ghosting. Don't impede his lap at all. Got Gary here for Mooney GT. Apparently my liveries pack hasn't worked. Wish I tested that beforehand. I did install it. I can't believe I've messed up with delivery installation. That is my bad, everybody. I do apologise to everyone that worked on getting those working. Customised for everybody. Look at J-turn for Automobilista unofficial. Also taking a wider line out of turn one there. I'm not sure if the track limits forgive that far on this. I assume they might do. I'm going to be setting a faster lap this time round. Holland for Phoenix Racing. Absolutely abandoned that completely. Look down the bottom, got Roy for RPM. Car's looking a little worse for wear. Got Hawkick also for RPM. Ooh, just took a nice whole second off his previous best. Hopefully he'll be able to get another lap or two in to keep improving there. Does look like most drivers are moving to the pits. I believe it moves over to qualifying on the hour. So some drivers will be looking at any setup adjustments they can make. I'm not sure if it's a fixed event. Think about it. I should have got that information too. Things you learn when you don't know. Oh, lovely bit of slip angle there from Hawkick. Carrying quite a lot of speed there down into turn 4 braking zone. Turn 5 braking zone? I suppose it depends which discipline. Bring it over the line before the server swaps out. Got a good tow from the car in front of him there. Good improvement. Nearly half a second. There we go, we're moving over into the qualifying session. Got 15-minute qualifying. He was the first one to leave the pit. Like JustRace is the first one out for curb clippers. Fast in practice, see if he can lock down that pole position for the race. Frosty for Mooney GT just making his way out. From what I've seen from these drivers in the last event and this one, they're all very clean drivers. Any incidents, shortly racing in, I would imagine. They're all incredibly good racers, so it should be good hard racing done. Good, hard, clean racing, just the way it should be. Got Scott Flanagan for NRT setting the first lap at a 1:58. Wow. Based on the practice laps, that should quite quickly drop down the table, but first on board, at least it's a clean, valid lap. It looks like Hawkins had a lap time invalidated. There's a lot of traffic, especially coming through turns 5 and 6. There is a lot of traffic. Anyone going for a fast lap is going to struggle. Get a lot of nice tow down the straights though. Here we go, we've got some laps coming in now. Hawkins with a 1:45.9. Flanagan goes much faster than his previous, so it's 12 seconds faster. McFire with a 1:47. By yielding to a faster driver, so this won't be his fast lap. Lap of beer there for Roy. Slow down his lap, but he should still be able to make an improvement on his log time. Check out Evil Noodle for NRT. Gone quite wide there, but he managed to keep hold of it. Getting a good bit of tow from the car in front, that should help him along. Oh, he's still 4/10 down on his previous best. Oh, I thought we were going up the inside there, but that was brave. Only qualifying. Been a little bit of movement. Drew Face has put in a 1:45 flat. Rocco with a 1:45.2. Still 8 minutes left as these guys burn off fuel. I imagine they'll manage to get a little bit quicker than this. Oh, Rocco's dropped into the pit. More people dropping out into the pit all of a sudden. Maybe they're trying to break out of that traffic. Currently watching Philip Allen for RPM. Still currently a second behind the fastest lap. Someone pulling into the pit and Phil Allen coming around the last corner. Can improve on his 146. That's very close. Gone very close then on the turning. Hopefully he's not taking any suspension damage. Oh, yep, he's pulling over. I'll be returning to the pit for that. Bruce from Curb Clippers. Nearly 147. He can make some improvements here. Coming down into turn 4. Have some chase camera. A little bit of understeer, but he's gathered it well. Very difficult to get the power down in these cars out some of these corners. Lovely slide around the last corner. Could be an improvement. It's an improvement, but it's not quite enough to move up. And Rocco back out on track now. That will not be an improvement for Rocco this lap. That's an interesting camera angle. Thank you, AMS2. If Drew makes an improvement as he crosses the line. 10th down on his fastest. Now watching Loz Archer from AMS official. Catch that personal best split time as he comes round turn 5. But still improve. Very close to his previous best. Seemed to get on the power quite nicely there. When he does, he goes second fastest. Straight into the pit. That was a nice improvement there. That knocks Rocco down to the second line. Johnny B from Curb Clippers now going for a fast lap. Good exit out of turn 4. Car run wide there out of turn 5. A little off-road excursion. Good exit there from Johnny. See if he can move up as he crosses the line. Oh, he's up into 5th. Pushes down J turn. Oh, Drew's gone under 145. That's insane. Incredible times. So that looks like it's Rocco locked in 4th for now. Unless J-Turn or Hawkick can improve, or anyone could improve at this point. There's not a huge gap in that top 10 at all. In fact, that's incredibly close. Gary coming into the pit. That's we got round on track. Been over the line, why can't I figure it out? There we go. Problem for Phoenix. Well, that's a interesting car action in the pit lane there. Bruce is 3/10 up. Some kind of technical issue happening for sure. Because this is a new thing. That's a lot of disconnects. Wait for a notification from the organizer. I have to move forward. Looks like we're just doing a quick server restart and we'll be back in. momentarily. I wish I'd expected such things, and I would have put a temporary hold screen on us. That's my B. And we're back with it. Hopefully everything is now absolutely fine and we can move on. Not sure if we're beginning from the beginning of quali or if we're going to shorten quali, but we'll know soon enough. Oh great, Automobilista crashed. That's my fault for saying hopefully we'll have no more technical issues. That's what that is. I jinxed myself. So here we are back with it. We'll see what moving forward. Blank files pulling out the pit regardless. Fair play. Get laps in where you can. What's the difference? Evil Noodles come out of pit as well. Like a few of them are moving out now. So it would appear that they've just begun the session over again, so... It's a decent line through turn 3, kept it together nicely. Oh, looks like we're jumping straight into a race with a random grid. Based on the performance of a lot of these drivers in the practice and qualifying, could be some good overtakes made in the first few laps. is only the prologue, so it's not a scored event. So I can totally understand why people are actually on board with this. Here we go, the engines are up, the lights are red. And go! So we got Drew and J-Turn moving up. J-Turn's making a move up the inside. Made it, it's gone. Oh no, that was Drew. It's Drew that made it. He's gone out of the way. Nessie is being lost. Drew is pulling away quickly. Roy's getting a little bit of tow. Roy holding that inside. Ooh, that was close to contact there. A little bit of a bump for Tony. Flying Hawkit getting together. It's going to be close coming down into turn 4. Johnny B making a move up the inside. He's made it. He's clean. Oh, there's contact. Ike's lost the back end there. Close racing leads to these things sometimes. No room for error, but that's unfortunate. Drew now with a 2.5 second lead already before the end of lap 1. Nessie doing all they can to stay close. And Roy staying up there with him in 3rd. Rano from AMS Unofficial about to make a move up the inside of the last corner. Yeah, and he's made that cleanly. A nice long straight here though. Oh god, Roy's suddenly hounded on both sides as Johnny B and J-Turn. J-Turn's on the inside, they're going 3 wide into turn 1. What? I really wanted to see how that played out. Well, I would have absolutely loved to have seen how they came out of that corner. I imagine everyone else will as well. I'm actually a little bit heartbroken at that. Genuinely. If they'd have made it, it would have been beautiful. If they'd have crashed, it would have been spectacular. I feel robbed by the universe. Oh well. Oh, and the lights are red. And go! That's a good launch for Roy. Side by side there. Nessie dropped to position there to Roy, and Roy's holding that inside line. He's taken a bit of a bump, but he's held his place. Drew is right in J-Turn's wake there. Good bit of toe, he's gone for the move. Going up the inside at turn 3. Yeah, he's made that stick. Lovely and clean there. J10 gave him plenty of room. Boy holding his spot, but Nessie is very close. And so is everybody else. That is a dense pack right there. See if Mike can hold it together this time coming around turn 4. That's nice racing from everyone there, very clean. I wonder what happened to Steve there at the start. Split out quite nicely through the race though. I imagine he'll make some ground. Going to be a lot of fighting by a lot of people coming forward. Look at this. It's insane. Got Loz there for AMSU making a move coming through. Going to make that inside move. No, staying there in that line. Probably expect they'll get some nice toe and make the move up to... Oh, he's lost it up. There's contact. There's contact. Everyone seems to still be facing the right way. Johnny B making a move here. He's got some good overrun on Mike there coming out that corner. Oh, there's a slowdown. Oof, Roy's taken some damage. That is quite a crumpled nose. Hopefully it's not affecting his steering too much, but I expect he'll start to go backwards from here. That's a shame, he had a really good start. Nessie making a move up the inside of turn 3. Look at the round, and can they make it stick? Side by side coming down into turn 4. Rano's later on the brakes. Going to cover it. They've managed to hold the spot for now. Drew running away from the pack with a 2.5 second lead. Got Rocco, managed to climb his way up to 14th from the back of the grid. I think he was starting. That was not even the last time. Either way, I expect he'll still make good ground and probably gain a couple of positions. Yeah, Roy slowed all the way down to 11th now from 3rd. See if he makes a move over to the pit. He's not going to pit. Must be able to manage that steering damage and hoping to make the repair when he has to refuel at the midpoint. These are thirsty cars. Mike's side by side there with Nessie. Got the run on him coming down. Oh, someone's run over. Is that... Yep, Flanagan for NRT going very wide. Lots of grass. Manages to rejoin fairly safely. That's a few positions he's lost there. Mike going to make a move here into turn 3? No, he's biding his time there. Up Frosty for MGT is up Mike there. Let's see if they can make a move up the inside. Definitely got the run. Mike a little bit later on the brakes, but there's traffic. Had a little bit of drift there for Frosty. Held that nicely and takes the position. Roy still slowly just making his way backwards through that pack. Hopefully we'll get to see a replay at some point. It will not be during the stream because we do not have those kinds of resources. Apologies. Bruce making his way around slowly. That is a horrific camera, but I kind of like the dynamicism of it. Drew setting fastest lap and still pulling away from the pack. J-Turn with a 4-second lead on Frano. Johnny B 3 seconds behind there. Nessie and Frosty getting at it. Frosty's making his move. Mike's right there with him. Tense racing for 5th. Oh, I thought they were going to go 4 wide. They're going 3 wide into turn 3. Oh, it's a little bit hairy. Frosty comes away ahead. Loz just came out of there, the bottom end of it all. But still right there in the pack. This has been some interesting racing coming through. Oh, I wonder what's happened to Mugger T. Mugger T for RPM, definitely spotting some damage here. And a lap down. Unfortunate. Back to this battle up here for 5th. Oh, we had an incident. What happened to Nessie? Oh, that's a shame. Missed something happening there with Nessie, who's managed to drop back a few positions from that fight for 5th. Mike still very much there with Frosty. Loz falling a little way behind that battle now, but I suspect they're only biding the time for their own move. Could be coming up because they've got a great run out there. Not going to be enough to make that move up the inside though, not this time. But Mike scrubbed a lot of speed on the entry for turn 1 there. Loz is going to make the move. Loz very late on the brakes there. Holds it together and gets a lovely exit. I think Holland just made a move on Flanagan there. Flanagan looked primed to take it back. Going to come up the outside on turn 4. Ooh, very brave move. Oh, there's contact. Not quite made the position stick, but he's still on his tail. Comes up the inside now for turn 5. I suspect Flanagan will manage to take this position. If for nowhere else, he'll get it on the home straight. He is right up Holland's exhaust there. Oh, he's making the move now. Holland carrying so much speed on the corner entry there. Oh, Flanagan's got the run here, surely. Yeah, with the drag, with the draft. That exit looking tidy for a move up here. Oh, Holland moves to defend. Flanagan again, still biding his time. That's it, that's the one. Holland ran a little wide and scrubbed a little bit of speed. Flanagan moves up the inside. He can make the corner here at turn 3 and make it stick. Exit should be perfectly fine for making that move stick because Holland's already got Hawkick right on him. Should allow Flanagan an opportunity to move away from them, but could end up just being a 3-way battle. Meanwhile, up the track, Frosty and Loz are going at it like mad. Heading up side by side into turn 5. Frosty's managing to keep his place. Oh, Loz carrying a lot of speed there out of turn 6 and 7. And Loz moves up into 5th. Frosty extending those track limits quite a lot there. He's calling for a pit stop. Wonder if that's accidental or not, or if it's from previously and I've missed it. Essie and Bear running quite close. Hawkick and Flanagan still. Frosty, Loz and Rocco. Rocco's managed to move all the way up to 7th place. Last time we clocked in on Rocco, we were down in 14th. I am a fool and an idiot. Face now with a 5-second lead on J-turn. Loz starting to pull away from his battle with Frosty now and leaving him to Rocco. That looks like a good exit from Rocco there. Behind that we've got Flanagan making a move on Mike. Make a move up the inside there. No, not this time. Oh, maybe he's made it. Can he make it stick? He has. He's got him. Oh, and Roy's dropped all the way back down to 24th from 3rd. Still plugging away with that damage though. Rocco still chasing down Frosty. Got Mike and Hawkick are hounding Flanagan here for a position. Buff Mike has a bit of a wobble. Keeps it together though. Seems to get a good exit out at the final corner. Hawkick's made his move though, he's passed him. Gary spotting some damage. I wonder if he's in brake checked on somebody. Evil Noodle looking like he's looking at a move coming up. Oh, he's stuck his nose in deep there. Got Bruce from Curb Clippers making a pass Oh, looking at making a pass here. Pushed him to the outside. Braking late. Very clean racing from everybody on the grid today. Like you should be able to make this inside position stick coming out this corner. There's a little touch of contact, but everyone is looking all good from it. Oh no, what happened to Mike? Spotting a bit of damage there. Dropped a long way down the grid from his battle up in the 6th. Nessie's making a move on Blank coming up into turn 3. Moved over very early to claim that inside. They made it and they're round. That cutback's not going to work at that angle. The Blank File got a good run out of the turn 3 themselves. Could be making that move up it down in turn. Oh, Nessie's just super late on the brakes there. Driving very defensively, holding that spot for Blank File. Race down here with James Y and Bruce Law. Nice little packed them together back here now for some very close racing. James focusing on that perfect exit. It looks like he's made a good one. The pack is dense. Oh, that's big shunt. Blank File claim. James claiming a couple of positions there. Gary looking at making a move on Blank File, I suspect, coming down into turn 4. A Blank File, they've got a good run out turn 3 there. Getting close, it's not going to make it this turn. Looking at that inside. Hopefully they'll be able to get a good run through here and make it count coming the last few corners. It looks like they're going to do just that. Looking at the inside, they're alongside. Still side by side coming around the last corner. Blank File running a little bit wide and McGarry taking the position. Meanwhile, Hawkick there looking very hungry to take one himself. You going to dive? No, he's staying behind and biding his time. Meanwhile, Frano gaining a lot of ground on J-turn these last few laps. while JustRace continues to pull away from the pack. Rocco still battling for places himself. Oh, there's contact between there, everyone braking a little bit differently. Everyone stayed in position though, no one's lost control. Bruce Law caught at the back of a battle here between Evil Noodle and Whole House. They're going side by side. Evil Noodle holding that position, still very close. Whole House really pushing that tyre's grip to its limits there. Noodle moves over to defend the inside. Only comes into the pit. Several drivers are coming to take their the next fuel tank to bring them to the end of the session. Bruce Law and Whole House coming up side by side into turn one. Whole House holding the position for now. See if Rocco can gain some time now. He's got some free air ahead of him. First time he's finally out of traffic. Meanwhile, JustRace just with insane consistency, just turning around the track all on their own at the front there. I expected everyone to have pitted on lap 12. I'm surprised there's a few people that have managed to get more out of the fuel tank. Like Nessie's come straight out the pit into a battle with Johnny B. Oh, we've had a bit of a wobble there. Oh! Bruce Law's run wide at turn 5. Stuck in that dirt and he cannot get out safely without the traffic. He rejoins the race in 12th. Oh, so much traffic. Poor guy, backwards and backwards and backwards. That's some good races he's got to work his way past there. And there's the last few coming in for the pits. That's Rocco and Frano and McGarry all coming in for the pits for their refuel. Oh, there's 3 more coming in there. Let's see who's overcut and who's undercut, paid off for who. That front end looking a little bit squirrely under Loz there, but he managed to hold it together. Rocco comes out the pits in 8th. Back behind Frosty, exactly where he entered from. And with a little bit more gap this time. JustRace finally comes in for their pit stop. In case for Mooney. So finally making their pit stop. Olam and Blankfile. these two pit stops could definitely change this top order. Unsure if Johnny B has pitted yet. Surely there can't be much more in that car if not. Unless he was just managed to pull off an exquisite undercut there. Thought he was further down the grid. Fair play. Few blue flags causing traffic now. Massive cheeses come into the pit. I wonder if that's their pit stop, their refuel, or if they've taken damage. Just be refueling, I suspect. Screwface now clear 20 seconds ahead of this next driver on the grid. Same consistency. There's some bunches, let's find some action. Oh, we've got Roy and Mike having a little bout, both representing RPM. These two have raced a lot of hours together, I know this myself. I suspect the cars feel incredibly heavy again all of a sudden after refueling. Orkick chasing down Nessie though. Bear, Steve and Tony having a battle back here for 18th. Starting to grow fairly dark over Spielberg. Ooh, Tony looked at a move there, but he couldn't make it work. Looks like we've lost a few drivers from RPM this evening. Fortunately, I'm not familiar enough with the standings to tell you who. Two drivers missing from a few teams at this point. If they've disconnected or if they're... No idea. Oh, Steve makes his move on Tony coming out of turn 2 and makes it out of turn 1, makes it stick. See if Tony looks to make that taking position back. Oh, they have a little bit of contact. Probably back out there for a little while he gathers himself. Battle for second could get interesting come these next 6 laps. We'll see how that pans out later. I'm momentarily distracted there, apologies. I was responding to the chat with a chat. I don't know why I didn't just talk. That's my bad entirely again. There and Mad Mike having a little bit of a battle left, 20th place. Bear running a little bit wide there. Won't be able to make that work into the next corner, unfortunately. Everyone's kind of spread out at the moment. Loz still chasing down Frosty for those top 5 places. Johnny BJ Turn and Fran are all closing in together even still. James gets a good run out of turn 1. Gets a nice exit here, he should be able to make a move down in turn 4. Gap closing ever so slowly, but closing nevertheless. Now extending those track limits out at the final turn there. Loz making his move on Frosty, coming up the inside into turn 1. Takes a nice chunk of the corner, takes the position. Can he hold it coming into turn 3? Moves over and defends that inside line. Hard racing, Frosty not letting that position go lightly. Loz gets a great exit out of turn 4. Loz makes that move stick firmly there now, pulling away. J-turn right up with Johnny B there now. Brano moving on that battle happening in front of him. Going to help him close that ground. Going to have a really nice battle for the top 3 places here. Well, excluding Drewface, who has run away with a 25-second lead at the moment. Oliver and McGarry having a battle back here. Watch J-turn have a run down here on Johnny B into turn 4. The draft seems quite powerful in these cars. Oh, Johnny B's had a slide. J-turn's been slightly out of position to capitalise fully on it, but he's making his move. Johnny B's on the inside defending. Oh, he's had a bit of a snap there. Hold it together nicely. See if J-turn can get the power down early and capitalise on a move coming down here into the final corners. Not yet. Moves over to get some draft. Brano is capitalising, he's right up with J-turn there. Fortunately that gap keeps fairly clean. Not quite close enough to make that move. Oh, he's gone for it, he stuck his nose out. Not quite being able to make it work there. Good effort though, clean racing all around, everyone giving the space. Brano just waiting for his opportunity to pounce. Oh, Johnny B's had a slide again. Oh, that's caused J-turn to have a moment. Oh, he's been collected. Brano walks into second place off the back of that. Johnny B looking like he's yielding his position to J-turn there. Meanwhile, Loz and Frosty have a little cruise through for it. That's unfortunate there. Looks like Johnny just went to get on that power a little bit too early and unsettled his back end and collected J-turn in it. Brano managed to just walk through. Meanwhile, Drewface, who is now at an almost 30-second lead on the rest of the race. We're coming to the final 2 laps now. For everyone apart from Drew. Hawkick looks like it's about to make a move on James. It's a very long way around on the outside here, but can Hawkick capitalise? He's holding it. Still manages to make quite a good run out of the corner as well. James could be in trouble here coming into turn 1. And Hawkick makes the moves work. Excellent driving there from both of them. Very clean racing. Love to see it. J-Turn looking at taking a position back here from Frosty. McGarry close on his tail and Holland close on his. Let's see who pulls out the line. J-Turn biding his time to make his move. Oh, he's there. He's made it. Can he make it stick? Side by side. 3 wide. Coming up into turn 1. Is anyone going to back out? None of them backed out. Oh, there's been a contact. J-Turn and Frosty have a bump and McGarry walks away ahead. Meanwhile, Loz very, very close to Johnny B there. This final lap of racing. Brewface walking away with the victory here. Led the whole thing start to finish. Incredibly consistent. Meanwhile, the battle for third, coming down into the last 2 corners. Moz has stuck his nose out. Right there on the inside as he claimed it. Pushing. Going to keep pushing around this final corner. Who's got the better exit here? Who's managed to get that power down early enough? Johnny B extending the track limits quite significantly there. He manages to hold his position. Then comes McGarry for MGT. J-Turn in 6th place. Quite the upset there for him. Blankfile coming round in 7th and Rocco back in 8th place there. Not too far behind him there is Frosty, who's taken a few knocks there. Dropping down to 9th place. Flanagan, Evil Noodle, and Hawkick down in 12th. James, Whole House coming around the final corner. With Nessie going for a move maybe? They make that move coming up this line? No, not enough. Not enough pace for that final dive. Bruce Law and Steve Sco coming over the lines. Tony Matthews coming through 18th. Great race all. So we've got Drewface, Frano and Johnny B taking 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Looks like Drewface also set the fastest lap. Great racing from everybody. Thank you everyone that's tuning in for the stream. I appreciate you sticking with my solo commentary. Apologise if it got a little bit boring at points. I've done my best. And I hope to catch you all here for the next event, which will be on, and I will find out for you all right now because one of those things that I also didn't remember to check beforehand. I'm such a fool for not figuring this out beforehand. Oh, there. On August the 30th. So 1 month from today, it will be round 1. We'll be racing P3 Duratec turbos around Bathurst. So I hope to catch you all there. Thank you again from JustRace.net and from me, Pronage. And catch you next time.